Hey y'all, this is Destiny checking in with today's Daily Diamond. Today is a special Sunday treat. I'm going to begin making some adjustments and some changes to the podcast, but before I did all of that, I wanted to get this special Sunday treat out to you guys. So, hey to those of you who've been with me, and welcome to anybody who is new and checking out my podcast. I don't know where you've been, but welcome. You might want to catch up because we like 50 something episodes in. We're over 1,900 downloads in, and you might want to catch up and get all this greatness that I'm sharing with the world. Before I do anything, you know that I have to thank my sponsors. So, of course, you know we have Kisses by Shelly. Shelton is now offering lashes and lip gloss little mini bunny bundle deals. And I think that's freaking amazing. So, I'm very proud of her product. Very happy to support her, to love her, and to say thank you to her for allowing me to be a part of her journey. Then you know we have my best friend Tiana Nate. Tiana has 5 YouTube videos up. It's promo Sunday, so you know that I'm about to jump on, catch up on my YouTube videos, do my own YouTube reviews and stuff. So I'm really excited. Make sure you guys are subscribing, and commenting so that she and Chris and Tristan can enjoy you guys and get feedback from you guys because it's freaking paramount. Then you know we have Lisha, our up and coming braider. Lisha has been really busy this last month or so. So make sure you guys check her out and get on her schedule before she gets too busy. Her and I have something that we're working on for November. So I'm really excited to unveil this idea and this collaboration between her and I. And then you know we have the Royal Crown Extensions. I am 1 month in, actually over 1 month at this point, into my installing my bundles. And so I'm going to be washing the hair today, and then I'm going to do a YouTube video in a few hours right after I post today's podcast. So make sure you check that out. And then you know we have Simply Susie's Creations. Simply Susie's offers distressed tees, distressed sweaters, custom clothing. She now is doing graduation caps. Like, sis is really in her bag. She has breast cancer shirts for October, and you know we have to support the tatas this month. All of the ladies that I am supporting, all of the ladies that I am shouting out will be in the description below this podcast. So if you're listening or you're watching, make sure you read that description below because it contains all of their contact information. Now, on to today's topic. So today's topic was one that I actually recorded on Friday, but I didn't like the audio quality. So I'm kind of doing a revamp now that I'm in a quieter space, minus the kids in the background. Y'all know I'm a mama, so it is what it is. And I ain't got no studio time yet. But, you know, I got to get this back. But I really wanted to talk about, I really wanted to just take a moment to discuss or talk about this concept of being blessed. And when I say blessed, right, when we deal with life and we deal with all of the trials and tribulations that come with life, right, quite often we get downtrodden. Quite often we get hurt. Quite often we feel like there is something going on, or that God, the man upstairs, that he does not have our best interests at heart, or he is not supporting us, or he has left us in the dark. And I am here today to tell you that that is never the case. I don't care what you are going through in your life. If you are able to listen to me, if you are able to wake up in the morning, if you are able to put one foot in front of the other and continue on, you are freaking blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. And you need to know that. You need a constant freaking reminder to be thankful for all that you do have, because you could not have it in one foul swoop. And so when I say like that we are blessed, right? In life, we forget because we deal with so many other things. We forget to be thankful for all of the things that we have, all of the things that we will have, and all of the things that God protects us from. I remember one time a coworker told me, I was running late to work, and I was like, I got there late. And she said, but did you ever consider that you were late because God was trying to keep you from getting into an accident, or God was trying to keep you from avoiding something that would have happened if you wouldn't have been 5 minutes late, if you wouldn't have been 10 minutes late? And when I tell you, that thing threw me back so far, because I didn't even think about the fact, I had forgot about the fact that someone else was in control of my life, and that my job was to submit to do his will and not my own. And so that sometimes you're going to be 15 minutes late because God trying to avoid you from getting in that accident, or God is trying to make sure that you do something the right way so that something negative does not happen. I don't care what trial you are facing, what tribulation you are facing, you are still blessed. Every single thing that we experience, be it young people, be it men, be it women, be it whomever, you are still blessed, because everything that you experience is a lesson, right? Everything that you experience is something that you've learned along the way. And every day that you move, every day that you breathe, every day that you grow, you learn something. And so when we're talking about this concept of being blessed, or when I'm talking about this concept of being blessed, let's not just, oh, I'm so downtrodden, oh, I'm going through so much. But you are still alive. You are still able to put one foot in front of the other. You are still able to breathe. And so you, my child, you are blessed. You are God's child. You belong to Allah. You belong to God. And it is never a question about any of that. It should never be a question. I know that I got a lot of young listeners, right? And people, I don't know what's going on in the world that we live in, but our young people are dealing with so many freaking problems. They're depressed, they're upset, they're looking to they've thought about suicide, they thought about harming themselves, they thought about hurting themselves, and they're dealing with so much, and they just cannot see their way through. And so if you're a young person and you're listening to me today, I'm here to tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. This storm will come to an end, but you need to remember how blessed you are. You didn't have to wake up this morning. You didn't have to have clothes on your back. You didn't have to have a roof over your head. All of those things that either you are providing for yourself or someone is providing for you is a reminder of how blessed you are. If you are dealing with depression and you are in a storm, you will come out of it. It will end. You will get better. You will be better. But just remember that you are so blessed. I am so thankful and spiritually full because of what recently happened with my son. He was temporarily lost, or misplaced, I should say, at preschool. And in that 5 seconds, those 5 minutes actually, that situation happened, I almost completely lost it. And when I say that I am blessed, I am so blessed because nothing happened to him. He was not harmed. He was not hurt. He was not abducted. The situation was not handled properly, and we're going to deal with that as a family. But I am so blessed that Allah kept him covered during that time. I am so blessed that my son, who is 4 years old, remembered his way around. I am so thankful that someone else who didn't have to care about him cared enough to grab his hand, cared enough to put him in a proper situation. And when I say I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I don't care financially if you are struggling. I don't care if you're struggling academically. I don't care if you're struggling at your job or your relationship is not the best. You are still freaking blessed. So today, when you focus on you and you think about all that you do have that you don't have to have. It's cold outside. If you got heat and you got a bed and you got a jacket, you got a coat to put on, you're blessed. It may not be the best name brand. It may not be the most expensive. It may not even be the one you want held, but at least you have one. And so I really just wanted to take some time to put this thing out there, to put that message out there. I know for a lot of people, right, we've gotten so far away, and myself included, we've gotten so far away from church or going to our places that are spiritual. I'm Muslim, so the mosque is where I would go. We've gotten so far away from that. And as a society of people, like, you need that. You might necessarily not agree with everything that the person has to say. You might not necessarily agree with everything I have to say, because hell, I don't know it all. I can only share my thoughts. But like today, baby, I feel like we going on, as black people would say, who are Christian, we going on to church today. You got to remember that you are blessed, and that God will at all times, as long as you give him the glory, he going to show out in your life. So instead of being downtrodden on yourself and instead of being hard on yourself, be thankful for all that you have, because you don't have to have it. You are so blessed. Understand that you're going to experience things, and the things that you experience can be bad. They can be harmful. They can test your faith, but they should never change your faith. You get what I'm saying? They can test your faith, but they should never change your faith, because you are who you are and you belong to God, and you have to be thankful for all that he has put in front of you. I swear God been showing out in my life in the last month. I don't know what I did to be so blessed, but when I tell you, baby, it's been things just coming out of the woodwork. This been going right, that been going right, this been going right, that been going right. And I'm not saying that to brag or boast, because that's not me. I'm not boastful like that, because last year wasn't that good for me. Last year was one hell of a storm for me. But then I realized, like, you know what? I waded the water. I did my part. I believed in him. I put him in control. And so then now it's time for me to reap the benefits. Because at that time when I could have broken, I didn't. At that time when I could have changed faith or couldn't have believed in what I knew to be true, I could have done something different. I didn't. I bear witness to all of the great things that God has to offer, not just me, but all of you. And I don't say this as like overly Muslim, because everybody got a different belief. I just speak to what I know to be true. And so whatever your belief is, speak to what you know to be true, because God got you and you are so blessed. And so on this Sunday, when you listen to this, think about how blessed you are and how we need to stop being so negative and be thankful. Go outside and look at the trees and look at how clean the air is and look at how beautiful the world that we live in is, and how we can work to be better versions of ourselves and be more thankful and be more just okay with the fact that we have things, some things, maybe not all things, but some things. So today, when you focus on you and you think about you, I challenge you to think about how blessed you are. And this is Destiny signing out with today's Daily Diamond. I'll see you guys tomorrow.